North Korea is infamous for its strict control over nearly every aspect of daily life, and personal appearance is no exception. One of the most unusual aspects of life in the country is the government's control over hairstyles and clothing choices. Citizens are required to follow specific guidelines, and deviations are not just frowned upon. They are illegal. For men, the government has an official list of approved hairstyles, which usually consists of short, conservative cuts, long hair, extravagant styles, or anything influenced by Western fashion can be considered rebellious and may draw punishment. Women also face strict guidelines, with approved hairstyles being modest and uniform. In recent years, there have been reports that certain popular styles in South Korea or other countries are completely banned to prevent outside influence. Clothing is similarly regulated. Bright colors, flashy patterns, or Western-style fashion items are discouraged or prohibited. Citizens are expected to wear simple, practical, and often uniform-like clothing that aligns with the ideals of the regime. Even small details, such as wearing sunglasses or certain types of jewelry, can draw suspicion, as anything seen as bourgeois or foreign may be considered a threat to the state's ideology. The government also closely monitors personal grooming and body modifications. Tattoos are illegal, as are unconventional piercings or dyed hair colors. In some reports, citizens have even been punished for wearing contact lenses that alter the natural appearance of the eyes or for hairstyles inspired by K-pop stars. These laws are not merely recommendations. They are enforced with serious consequences. Citizens who disobey can face public shaming, fines, job loss, or even imprisonment. In North Korea, appearance is more than a personal choice. It is a reflection of loyalty to the state. Following the approved styles is seen as a demonstration of obedience and respect for the leadership, particularly the ruling Kim family. While such laws might seem absurd or extreme to outsiders, they are a fundamental part of the North Korean system of control. By regulating even the smallest details of daily life, the regime ensures that individuality and personal expression are minimized, keeping citizens aligned with the state's strict vision of conformity and loyalty. Next, we'll explore how North Korea controls media and entertainment in Part 2, including the bizarre restrictions on music, movies, and internet access. In North Korea, controlling what people see, hear, and enjoy is a cornerstone of the regime's power. The government has implemented strict laws regulating movies, music, television, and even books, leaving citizens with almost no exposure to foreign culture or independent ideas. Television and radio access is tightly controlled. Only state-approved channels are allowed, broadcasting programs that glorify the ruling Kim family, celebrate North Korean achievements, and promote the government's ideology. Foreign media, particularly South Korean dramas, Western movies, or any content critical of the regime, is strictly banned. Possessing a foreign DVD, USB, or digital device with such content is considered a serious crime, sometimes punishable by imprisonment or forced labor. Music is similarly restricted. Citizens are allowed to listen only to state-approved songs, often glorifying the leader or praising the country's history. K-pop or Western music is illegal, and even listening secretly can be life-threatening if discovered. Reports have surfaced of individuals being punished for possessing South Korean music or performing unauthorized dance routines influenced by foreign styles. Books and literature are limited to those approved by the government. Reading materials from outside the country are considered dangerous, as they might contain ideas challenging the regime. Even newspapers and magazines are completely state-controlled, ensuring that citizens receive information that supports the government narrative exclusively. Internet access is one of the most tightly controlled aspects of North Korean life. Ordinary citizens have no access to the global internet. Instead, they are confined to a domestic intranet called Gwangmyeong, which contains only government-approved sites and content. International websites, social media platforms, and independent journalism are completely off-limits. The laws regarding the internet are strictly enforced. Unauthorized use can result in harsh penalties. Even seemingly harmless entertainment is under scrutiny. Playing foreign video games, watching foreign animated shows, or using smartphones with unauthorized apps can lead to serious consequences. The government aims to prevent exposure to ideas or lifestyles that could inspire rebellion or dissatisfaction. These laws show how far the regime will go to control not just the actions of citizens, but their thoughts, beliefs, and even leisure activities. In North Korea, entertainment is not a form of relaxation. It is a tool of control, designed to reinforce loyalty to the state and eliminate outside influence. Next, in Part 3, we'll explore North Korea's extreme restrictions on movement and travel, both inside the country and abroad. In North Korea, freedom of movement is almost non-existent. Laws strictly regulate where citizens can go, when they can travel, and under what circumstances. For ordinary people, leaving their hometown without government permission is illegal. Even moving to a nearby city requires approval from local authorities, and traveling abroad is virtually impossible for most citizens. North Koreans must carry official identification and travel permits at all times. Police checkpoints are common on roads, and random inspections can result in fines, detentions, or harsher punishments if individuals are found traveling without authorization. Unauthorized travel is considered a serious offense, as it could indicate disloyalty or an attempt to escape the state's control. Leaving the country is treated as one of the most severe crimes. Citizens who attempt to flee North Korea face imprisonment, forced labor, or even execution. Families of those caught trying to escape may also be punished under the regime's principle of collective responsibility. This law ensures that fear alone keeps most people from attempting to leave. Even within the country, certain areas are strictly off-limits. Military zones, border regions, and areas near government buildings are heavily guarded. Visiting these places without permission is illegal and can be met with severe consequences. Citizens are expected to report suspicious activity and follow strict curfews in some regions. Transportation is also tightly regulated. Vehicles, bicycles, and even horse-drawn carts are monitored, and ownership of vehicles often requires special permits. Unauthorized use of transportation to bypass controls is strictly forbidden, and violators are treated as criminals. These restrictions extend to foreigners as well. Tourists are heavily monitored, escorted at all times, and forbidden from interacting freely with locals. Any violation of the rules by a visitor can have severe diplomatic consequences and can endanger both the visitor and local citizens. The laws governing movement in North Korea demonstrate the regime's determination to control every aspect of its citizens' lives. By restricting where people can go, The government limits exposure to outside ideas, reduces the risk of rebellion, and maintains strict surveillance over the population. In North Korea, loyalty to the state and the ruling Kim family is not just expected, it is legally enforced. Citizens live under strict laws that govern political behavior, social conduct, and even personal interactions. Criticizing the government, showing disrespect to the leaders, or failing to follow state-mandated rituals can have severe consequences. One of the most striking laws is the absolute reverence required for the Kim family. Portraits of Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and Kim Jong-un are present in every home, school, and office. Citizens must bow to the portraits, maintain them meticulously, and follow rules regarding their display. Damaging, defacing, or even failing to show proper respect is considered a serious crime, punishable by imprisonment or forced labor. Political loyalty is monitored through the state's vast surveillance system. Informants report on neighbors, co-workers, and even family members. Speaking negatively about the government or leaders, or failing to attend mandatory rallies and events, can result in harsh punishment. These laws create a culture of fear where everyone is constantly aware that their words and actions are being observed. Social laws also regulate daily behavior. Public displays of affection, fraternization with foreigners, and attendance at unsanctioned religious or cultural gatherings are prohibited. Even minor infractions, such as not standing for the national anthem or failing to wear appropriate clothing during official events, can draw attention from authorities. Education and indoctrination begin early. Children are taught to revere the leadership and adhere strictly to government-approved ideology. Disobedience or independent thinking is discouraged, and students are required to participate in political activities and lessons that reinforce state propaganda. Furthermore, North Korea enforces collective punishment, meaning that if one person breaks the law, their family members may also face consequences. This ensures compliance not just through fear of personal punishment, but through fear for loved ones, creating an environment where dissent is nearly impossible. These political and social laws highlight how the North Korean government maintains control over its citizens, leaving little room for individual freedom. Every action, word, and thought is closely monitored and regulated to ensure obedience and loyalty. Breaking the strict laws of North Korea carries severe and often shocking consequences. The regime enforces obedience with a combination of fear, intimidation, and public punishment, ensuring that citizens comply with even the most unusual rules. For minor infractions, such as wearing the wrong hairstyle, listening to foreign music, or possessing banned books, citizens may face warnings, fines, or forced labor. However, more serious violations, such as criticizing the government, attempting to flee the country, or failing to show proper respect to the Kim family, can lead to imprisonment in brutal labor camps, torture, or even execution. One of the most controversial practices is collective punishment, where family members of the offender are also held accountable. This law ensures that people think twice before breaking rules, as their actions can endanger their loved ones. Entire families have reportedly been sent to prison camps for the actions of a single relative, creating a climate of fear and extreme compliance. Even foreigners visiting North Korea must follow the rules closely. Unauthorized photography, interacting with locals without supervision, or speaking negatively about the regime can result in detention, heavy fines, or deportation. These laws reinforce the idea that the government maintains absolute control over everyone within its borders. Internationally, North Korea's laws are widely criticized for being inhumane and oppressive. Human rights organizations have repeatedly condemned the country for its lack of freedom, harsh punishments, and restrictions on daily life. Yet, despite global criticism, the regime continues to enforce its rules strictly, using them as tools to maintain control and suppress dissent. The extremity of these laws has left the outside world both shocked and fascinated. Stories of banned hairstyles, restricted music, and enforced loyalty often make headlines, illustrating a society where ordinary aspects of life, like appearance, leisure, and movement, are all tightly regulated. North Korea's legal system demonstrates how far a government can go to control behavior, suppress individuality, and maintain absolute power. The combination of fear, propaganda, and strict enforcement has created one of the most controlled societies on earth. In the end, the crazy laws of North Korea are more than bizarre. They are a powerful reminder of the extremes of authoritarian control, where every action, thought, and personal choice is subject to state scrutiny, and defiance can have life-altering consequences. Thank you so much for watching this story till the end. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe even learned something from it. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, full of life lessons, drama, and emotions, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. Your support means the world, and it helps me keep bringing you more inspiring and unforgettable stories. Stay tuned because more amazing stories are on the way.